A bill to allow landowners to electronically post their land was stalled in the House last week. This bill passed the Senate overwhelmingly and has the support of both hunter and landowner groups. Senate Bill 2144 is a culmination of several years' work between landowner and property rights interest groups and the hunting community. And while this issue has been very contentious in the past, stakeholders agree that this current legislation is a step in the right direction. Landowners can still choose to physically post their land, but this bill would give them an option that will lessen the burden and cost on landowners.
Physically posting land can be an expensive and tedious process for many of our producers, and the longevity of physical signs doesn't always last beyond a year or two. We have a producer who has remarked that it takes him a four-wheeler and a horse and a boat to post his land. And so this bill will be a victory for those producers. The legislation doesn't completely fulfill Farm Bureau's policy or many of the other ag groups around the state that believe all lands should be considered posted, but this will be a step forward that will give landowners a component to more easily post their land using electronic means.
North Dakota Farm Bureau will release a podcast on Wednesday discussing how electronic posting will work with Senator Robert Eberle and the game and fish software engineer who developed the online posting component. Straight Talk with North Dakota Farm Bureau can be listened to at ndfb.org or on any podcasting platform. The Standing Rock Renewable Energy Power Authority, otherwise known as Sage Development Authority, hosted a virtual conversation with the 4 living Standing Rock Sioux Tribe chairmen. The foremost energy-related topic of the conversation was building a utility-scale wind farm for Standing Rock. Former tribal chairman of Standing Rock, Ron His Horses Thunder, says that one of the biggest hurdles in the past was outside wind energy companies wanting to outsource both the electricity and the revenue.
That those companies, those partnerships, were really about profit making for that company, and not about taking those revenues and developing the homes, if you will, on the reservation. Not about creating the revenue stream for tribes, so tribe could help put up solar panels at individuals' homes or in a community center. They were all about coming in, using our land, and then shipping off the electricity and taking those profits from it and bringing up markets.
Sage Authority's website explains their campaign is to build a 235 megawatt wind farm that will reinvest back into the Standing Rock Sioux Tribe. The challenge of wind turbine blade disposal has captured attention around the world. North Dakota alone has more than 1,500 turbines using 4,400 blades. Many wind blades will soon be upgraded or retired, and finding secondary value will help offset costs for decommissioning and disposal, while setting the state ahead of the curve in developing a blade recycling infrastructure. A team at the Energy and Environmental Research Center, EERC, has received State Energy Research Center, SERC, funding to address the need for further research into the reuse, recycling, or repurposing of wind blades in North Dakota. A bill to exempt lignite coal-fired electric generating plants from paying facility taxes for 5 years passed in the Senate last week by a vote of 43-4. House Bill 1412 would give North Dakota lignite-fired plants a 5-year so-called tax holiday. Instead, lignite-fired plants will pay a lignite research tax to put funding toward developing new technologies to keep the industry viable in a rapidly changing market. The bill heads back to the House for a vote on changes made to the bill by the Senate. North Dakota Farmers Union has been a vocal advocate for increased funding for value-added ag projects. Last week, the North Dakota State Legislature passed 2 bills that provided a total of $40 million in support of value-added agriculture projects.
I think that this program is really going to be a game changer for value-added development in the state. And with that comes higher margins for North Dakota's farmers and ranchers. Comes new opportunities to diversify on the farm, but also opportunities to diversify our local economies to drive economic growth.
The funding will promote development of soybean crush facilities, new ethanol plants, feed mills, hemp processors, and more. House Bill 1475 and Senate Bill 2230 now head to the governor's desk for a signature.
All right, well, lots happening in egg and industry today. And now, Amber, let's